Some agents say they work by referral only, and this is a major mistake if you want to scale your business. I'm going to explain next. So if you get some value out of this or you like what you hear, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, and if you want to schedule a call with our team about building a thriving business, you can do that with the link in the comments. Agents use "I work by referral only" as a badge of honor, and it's actually a pretty significant business mistake. Let me explain. So there's two groups of people out there, right? There's the people you know and the people you don't know. And typically the people you don't know is a much larger group of folks. So when you're working by referral only in a low transaction environment like we're in right now, basically transactions are going to be flat again in 2025. Those referrals may dry up. I went through this in 2008 when the market crashed significantly because people stopped moving. There was financial stress. People were losing their jobs. Home values were going down, a problem we don't have right now, at least in my marketplace. So, that referral only strategy can limit your ceiling to go hit your goals and help a lot of people transact. Because what we know is that no matter what the state of the market is, whether it's a flat transaction market like this, prices are declining, prices are going up, the reason people are moving is because they've got a life event that triggers a move. So, working by referral only can limit that client base. And a lot of times, the people that do that, they're what a lot of real estate coaches call fading winners that are in the twilight of their career. They don't want to go out and lead generate. And this isn't like an online lead pitch. Online leads are one option that are out there. It's to get you thinking like a business owner because the best businesses, and I'm a big believer in the three lead pillar philosophy, the best businesses have multiple streams of income coming in. You can't be reliant only on one lead source because if something goes wrong, you're in a lot of trouble. So let me give you the opposite end of this. Let's say you were big on working for sale by owners or expired listings. Well, when the market gets real hot, you don't see a lot of listings expire. You don't see a lot of homes sit on the market, go unsold by owners. So you have to have multiple lead pillars. So here is the roadmap that every agent can start with. And there's going to be kind of a sub plan that you want to have under each one of these. The first is you should be working your sphere and the people you know. Yes, that's absolutely important. We know that 65% of listings roughly come because of proximity. So are you working the people you know? And I'd be working them in different channels, an email channel, a calling channel, a video channel like we're doing here. You want to have multiple ways of communicating with these folks and getting in front of them. What's your social media plan to get in front of those folks? Working your sphere and your database is very important. I'm not saying that's wrong. You just need to have more things going on. So then there's online leads. Now that requires check equity as opposed to sweat equity. So that may or may not be for you. There's some great lead pillars out there where you can buy into some of these portals and they can give you 8% conversion rates, or maybe you're able to partner with one of these portals, or you can connect with a team that does that. Some sort of online lead flow that has a documented conversion rate is great because a lot of buyers start their searches online. So that's one option. Another option is you're going to go out and network. You're going to join a BNI group, a Rotary Club. You're going to go hang out at your country club you belong to and make it known you're a real estate agent. Now, some people may call that sphere or database. There's an additional cost to that in most cases. There's additional time spent there. Or are you cultivating these professional relationships outside of a networking group? Maybe you're working attorneys or accountants, but networking is a viable way. It's a long-term play for sure. It's a viable way to bring in business. Direct mail. Now, you could direct mail through geographic farming. You could do around just listed, just sold, which you don't call the campaigns just listed, just sold. It's a theory, not what you actually want to say in the mail. You can send direct mail around your sales and to the people you know and to expired listings and to a geographic farm with a documented turnover rate, or maybe just the neighborhood you live in. That's another great way to build your business. You can prospect expireds or for sale by owners. We've seen cancellations are up in our market, 27% on listings. So there's an opportunity there to really work that. You could do circle dialing. Like there's all these different lead pillars here. And what I would suggest to you is get really good at one and then add the next one. This is a mistake a lot of agents make. They get really good at one thing and then they just stop doing it for something else. Maybe you have some great agent to agent referral campaigns you can work. Maybe you're part of your kid's school and you're in like the PTA or the Home and School Association. There's all kinds of documented ways to bring in business. And my point is, if you're waiting for the phone to ring through the business you've already done, that's not going to be something that's going to get you to that 15, 20, 25% growth that any business would be happy with year over year. Personally, what's worked for me is work your sphere and the people you know, some sort of online lead generation, because that's a lot of people you don't know that you wouldn't come in contact with otherwise, and then some listing focused lead pillar. I've built an entire business on expired listings, and it's been a lot tougher with expires over the past 5 years for sure. We are still listing and signing them. Then they roll into your sphere, and then you work them that way, right? There's that customer acquisition that happens. So while you're working your sphere in your database, it's constantly growing, so that when you bring in people from outside that group of folks you know, you're expanding your own network. So think about what your business plan actually is, right? We're past Memorial Day now, and it's a time when you need to evaluate what's working, what's not working, where you're closing business, and maybe lose that I work by referral only sort of mindset, because there's a lot more opportunities out there. You see, the top producers in every market, the teams and the individuals selling the most homes, they're not just working by referral. They've got other lead systems in place that are bringing in business, because in this kind of market, when transactions are flat, you're going to have some people that pull out of the market entirely. Your top prospect list of 10 or 15 people, that could go get cut in half at any time because of something that happens in someone's life, or they decide not to move. You've got to have high volume conversations and new people always rolling into your top prospect sheet, because when you do that, you're immune to the things you can't control. The person that decided not to move, maybe their job reload fell through. Maybe something else happened. They were going to move up and then they end up splitting up. I mean, this is real life. So realize that this isn't about just having multiple lead pillars, it's protecting your business. Ask yourself this question: what table's the most sturdy? A one-legged table, like those funky end tables they put in homes right now? Those things you can knock over just by bumping into them. But a three-legged table, a four-legged table, well, those things are a lot sturdier and don't fall over. Think of a bridge. Do you want a bridge with just one pillar on it, or do you want a bridge that has multiple pillars underneath? That's what you want to be thinking here as you look at the next 6 months of this year, because the next 6 months will not be like the last 6 months.